So we have Garmilator as Coalition versus Joran as Soban on Firebase Krill. As far as my favourite to win this one, definitely Garmilator. For one, because he's playing as Coalition, which we can all agree is the stronger faction. Now, let us see. We have revealed, we have production tab, both players opening with CUs. Joran immediately recycling that Soban base runner. Looks like he has no interest in mucking around with that. And focusing on getting his economy up. Immediately teching into LAVs, and I expect pretty similar from Garmilator. But he has kept that base runner up. Joran really needs to keep his production queue filled. Needs to try and make advantage of that extra little bit of CUs he has right now. Now the question is, will Joran try to? Oh, was Joran just? This is a misplay. So, yeah, Joran managed to empty his bank, but it's just sat in production queue here, which is not useful to him. So he's just looking to spam as many LAVs as possible right now. I feel like it may have been beneficial to quick drop and get AAV fab early, or maybe even get the production upgrade early, just so he can outproduce Garmilator later. But let's have a look at Garmilator in the meantime. Garmilator focusing on getting as many CUs as possible. Now, it's important to keep in mind here that we will see that Garm only has one salvager on RUs. He only wants enough RUs to get the LAV upgrades. He does not care otherwise, so Garmilator has very limited RU income, but has maximized his CUs. And we can see he now has 7 LAVs, which is the same count as Joran, but he does not have a base runner, and Joran is going to need to be careful of this. Is he going to be able to get... Oh, no. That's a massive misplay by Joran. He is attacking the base runner and not that turret. That is going to cost him massively. And this could be GG here already. This is looking like a GG already. That is a massive misplay. Joran is still hitting this base runner. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So yeah, Joran is massively behind. He has lost his expansion. He has not touched that turret post, and he is outnumbered. He is going into AAVs, which will help him cope with these LAVs, but that doesn't help him with the turret. And another LAV going down for nothing. Salvager just here, idle. Joran getting picked apart by these LAVs. Putting down an ALM here to get the stuns, but... So, two things to keep in mind right now. One, ALMs have incredibly short height. You've got to imagine that as far as the unit's height, it's effectively maybe 1. It's absolutely tiny, so very easy for them to get blocked. Joran is in serious trouble, and Garm is just going to creep forward with turrets. It is very important to keep in mind that AAVs are not a good pick versus turrets. Turrets have 5 armor by default, and they hack through armor. Why, Joran, are you shooting at the base runner? What is the logic here? I am not sure how Joran is going to stabilize this. Garmilator in the meantime is just getting economy. Joran, kill the fucking turrets. Oh, this is really bad. So it looks like this turret is going to go down eventually. Yeah, there we go. But not before massive damage has been done to Joran. Sick flips and death in air. Well, I mean, go out in style, I suppose. Yeah, Joran is massively behind right now. I think if he had kept keeping the base runner and keeping it defensively would have been useful, because he could have thrown the the jammer on top of this turret, which would have bought him time. But again, massive misplay there. Massive misplay. He gave an attack order on that base runner, and it cost him massively. He's trying to send these armed assaults over, however, to hit Garmilator's economy, which I think is the right move. But I don't think that Garmin's going to let him do that necessarily. What has Garm gotten in the meantime? Garm has railgun tech, so he is looking to kill. Why are you teching assault packs, Joran? You don't have the LAVs for it. So again, Garmin's complete control right now, getting out railguns. They aren't in position though, so yeah, so Joran just trying to clean up that turret now, but he's dripping LAVs into that. What are you doing, man? I am so pissed off right now. Okay, at least right now these AAVs are in here harassing. If they can get on these rails, although they don't seem to need to right now. But again, Joran is not doing much damage here right now. But yeah, these AAVs will be able to effectively knock out these coalition rails at this range if Joran focuses fire, which is not. So yeah, Joran looking very out of practice at the moment. So rule of thumb, if you want to take out a coalition turret, you need to use bare minimum 4 strike craft. In the meantime, it looks like, yeah, this AAV with 11 armor is going to be able to clean up these 3 LAVs. No way that one's going to get away. Yep, that will die. So, Joran has finally stabilized, but there are 4 rails coming across the map. And Joran is massively behind in economy. Garmilator is very comfortable at the moment. I've been in positions versus Garmilator like this before. He will maintain LAV dominance, and he will just tech power on his carrier. And again, because Joran is not targeting the damn turrets, he doesn't seem to be aware of how to target them, which is a shame. For reference, you can either hold control and do an attack box, and the LAVs will focus on the turret post, or you can just give an attack order because the turret post is a relatively high target priority. Yeah, so Garm is now going to move in on this fort, and he is going to camp out Joran, who does not have any answers to this aggression right now. Joran has thrown away far too many units. So that is going to be game as far as I'm concerned. So even worse, so Joran has powered the range system to level 1 in the Soban carrier, which is monumental waste of power because the default range is actually higher. The only thing you're buffing is the missile launcher range, which the missile launcher sucks. You don't care about the missile launcher. So yeah, never power the Soban carrier to level 1. I would say it's only worth it if you really desperately need the range, and you can get to a minimum of range level 3. But I don't know what Joran is doing at this point. He needs to get back here and get his economy. He needs to focus on getting CUs. But I think this game is thoroughly over, and this is just Joran's way of ending it. I don't know, some massive misplays there. Again, I suspect this might have been Joran's first game in months. So, to get Garm is pretty rough. Yeah. just coalition turrets can be incredibly oppressive. Incredibly oppressive. Quite frustrating. This game is already over. Joran has no economy. He has no real power on this carrier at this point. He is teching more power, but I don't think it's going to matter. He is able to get weapons level 3. Weapons level 3 and armor level 1 would be best use of his resources. So, you know, how can Soban Carrier Rush work? It can work if you've got the CUs and you've got enough power to get both your weapons up to, say, level 2 and 1 level in defensive logistics. Then you can use the carrier to just kind of slowly pick away at targets, and then use the ALMs to disrupt and hold things down. So, but again, right now, Garmilator is just able to bully this weak, pathetic carrier out of existence. Yeah, it's a very rough match for Joran. That's quite painful to watch. But still, valiant effort by Joran, and again, I suspect he was months out of practice. Yeah, massive economy difference, and that's with Garmilator taking far better trades. Very typical of any match in which Garmilator is able to take control with LAVs early on.